In this series, we'll start with the basics and work our way up, exploring each era of the game, opening packs, building decks, and dueling with classic and modern cards. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this series is for you. So stick around because the heart of the cards are calling, and together we will become true duelists. Welcome to the Garbage Lords Progression Series. Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Garbage Lords Progression Series. Today we have a multi-pack opening. We're going to be opening up Duels Pack Jaden, Duels Pack Chaz, and Shadow of Infinity, as you can tell from the thumbnail. Let's go ahead and start with the Duelist pack. So Jaden, Yuki, and Chaz, they're not bad. They'll help us round out some playsets of very strong cards, but there's just not a ton. There's only 30 cards in each set. I believe these are actually released together, like you bought a blister and you got one of each. So interesting enough, but let's go ahead and talk about it. So in the rare slot, Thunder Giant is a good card, but it just comes down to the Garnets are just way too weak. Rampart Blaster, in my opinion, was very playable in speed duels as a just Rampart control deck because Giant Rat could not kill this in any way, shape, or form, but probably not that great in this format. Skyscraper is, of course, good for City Beats or Hero City. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's a card. Negate Attack is a good card. In the Super is nothing really worth note. The commons, we can round out our playset of Warrior Returning Alive, Draining Shield, and even things like Hero Signal are pretty good. We can also get our third Bubble Man. The only card in this that I feel like is really of note is Bubble Illusion, which if you guys have never read this card, is literally just Machier the Destructor, but it's very bad. You have to have Bubble Man on field, you have to have this, and you have a trap card, but when we get to Bubble Beats, this might be playable. In Duels Pack Chaz, there's a couple cards that we want to keep track of. Inferno Reckless Summon is really strong. This might see play later on down the line, but it's also just a really, really interesting card that you can build around. Getting a playset of Magical Mallet might not also be bad, might have helped us to see Giant Rat in last game. And other than that, the only card of note is Ojama Delta Hurricane, which will be good for Diamond Dude, which we'll get in the next episode, and Ojama Trio, which will be good for burn-style strategies like Chain Burn. But the meat and potatoes of this episode is Shadow of Infinity. So in the ultra rare slot, we have Raphael, Haman, and Uriah, none of which that really matter. Uriah is like somewhat playable, but until we get things like Call the Haunted and other good continuous traps, it's really not worth considering. Cyber Laser Dragon is also one of the coolest named cards ever, but it's really not that good. When we get down here into the super rares, there's some really, really strong cards. Damage Condenser is playable for any deck that needs to see one card. We also have Demise and Ruin, two of the strongest rituals for a very long time, and considering our ritual core, we'll probably be, if not hard spinning for this, we might be using our one Swap Frog ticket on either a Demise. In the rare slot, this is where we have some pretty good cards as well. Chainsaw Insect is great for skill drain decks. I mean, literally just normal summon a Monarch. Sounds pretty good. Doomdozer is incredible for any insect-based strategies, and this will see play even in modern-day standards in things like Bee-Troopers. We have Treeborn Frog, which will be a staple of this series until, like, mid-XZ's era, just because we consistently get Tribute Fodder, and Monarchs are just far and away the best thing you can play in a sealed environment at this stage in the game. The other card to keep track of is Karma Cut. Now, this is one of the strongest removal traps ever. Now, it is a discard 1 trap, so it's not as good as Compulse in that regard, but it doesn't destroy, it banishes, and then it gets rid of all cards with that same name in the graveyard. So if you're going up against something like Skull Servants, which, you know, needs cards in the graveyard, if you Karma Cut the King of the Skull Servant, they pretty much just lose the game. Other than that, the commons in this set aren't that good. I mean, Beel's Frog is a card that you can play, I guess. D3S Frog saw play in Tearlaments, but don't think we're going to be playing it in that. Symbol of Heritage was actually a card that was on the ban list. I genuinely don't know why. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and get on into our opening. So we're going to open 30 packs of both Duels Pack Jaden and Chaz. We don't get a chance to re-roll these, so we're going to do these first, and then we're going to open up our 24 packs and 6 additional packs of Shadow of Infinity. So let's go ahead and get on into it.
Well, that was a swift defeat. I mean, he was playing a slow deck and didn't draw well. I was playing a fast deck and drew decent, so that's just what happens. Anyways, we get to open not 1, not 2, but 3 sets today. We open Duelist Pack Jaden Yuki, Chaz Princeton, and Shadow of Infinity. But before that, we've got our winner's wheel. So I'm going to scroll right on up here, open up Tournament Pack 4. So I got a promo, and we talked, and the card that I am picking, we do not have access to until Secret Slayers in 2015, and that card is Royal Decree. It's a very strong card, and I am going to hopefully be able to utilize it. So I'm going to get Royal Decree in here, Tournament Pack 4, that's the one we want, add card to collection, and boom. Now I'm going to hop on over here, swing down, and we're going to open up 30 packs of Jaden Yuki, which is one box. Immortal will be opening 36, which is nice. Actually, we're just going to 30, 30, and then 24, which is a box of that. So we'll just blaze through this. I don't think I'm going to re-roll, all things considered. So let's get a move on. Flip. Okay. Draining Shield is probably the best card out of there. Negate Attack is solid. I do like that card. Next up, Thunder Giant. Skyscraper, Clayman. Fusion Sage, another Thunder Giant. Rampart Blaster. Featherwind. Negate Attack again. I do like Negate Attack. I'm gonna be honest. It's a solid card. People don't respect it enough. I love just the gun. Just a gun. Winged Karibo is bad. I'm gonna be honest, it's bad. Bubble Man is solid, but I think we already have a playset. I don't really want anything out of this set besides Negate Attack. Oh, a Winged Karibo level 10. I'm pretty sure I already have an ultimate rare version of that. Bubble Shuffle. Another Thunder Giant. All of this is pretty useless. And that's it for, oh wow, we still have 6 more packs. I'm thinking it's a regular box, but nope, we still have, ooh, Steam Healer. That's a bad card. And 2 more. Burst Return. What does this do? If you control a face-up element of hero Burst Tricks, return all face-up elements of heroes from the field to the hand, except Burst Tricks. Yuck. Last pack of Jaden. And that's it.
We're just going to rifle through these really quickly. The only thing we're looking for is things like Bubble Illusion and Infernal Reckless Summon. There's our playset of Bubble Man now, so that's good. Our playset of Warrior Returning Alive. We can just really speed through these. Double Draining Shield's pretty nice. Fusion Sage, I don't think that's... it might be okay. Yeah, these duels packs just really work to round out playsets of stuff. The good one is going to be duels pack Zane whenever we get to that. We're both going to have playsets of Cyber Dragon. There's an Ultra Steam Healer. Unfortunately, that's just the bad one. Halfway through, duels pack Jaden. There's one Bubble Illusion. That's pretty decent. Anything else? There's a second Steam Healer. And last pack, nothing. Super Clay Charge.
Next, we're on to Chaz Princeton. Why Dragonhead X Cannon? I also like the Ojama Trio. That's all I want out of this is Ojama Trios. Oja Magic, all of that. VWXYZ Dragon Catwalk Cannon. Yeah, another Ojama Trio that makes our playset. We only had one before, and now we have a playset, which I like very much. Delta Hurricane is solid. I honestly might play Ojamas. I like Ojamas. Armed Dragon level 5. I don't think we need anything out of this set anymore. I mean, it's nice to have a playset of all of the XYZs, because I think we had like 2 Ys or something. I don't want that. Ojama King is funny, but we have many of those. And just plowing along, another level 10. I don't even think we have a level 7, so I don't think we can even play it. Infernal Reckless Summon, that's a solid card. Another one. Okay, I'll take that. Chthonian. Alrighty, just 5 more packs here. And then we're done with Chaz. I don't know what this does. Activate this card when a monster on your side of the field is destroyed as a result of battle. This is a bad card. Ooh, level 7. That's our first level 7, but we're not going to be playing that. Just going to tell you that right now. And last pack of Chaz. Now we're going to be moving on to the actual set.
On to Duelist Pack Chaz. There's an Ojama Trio. There's another Ojama Trio and a Delta Hurricane. There's a Magical Mallet. Let's keep track of those. Definitely playset. Second Magical Mallet's good. Definitely got a playset of Ojama Trio now. Hopefully we get a playset of Hurricane, but I'm pretty sure we have. There's our playset of Hurricane. There's really not a lot else that we're looking for. This set is good, but not anything important. And there we go. Let's see. Yeah, we got one illusion. Playset of fusions. Yeah, you get a playset of literally everything that's higher than rare. Or that's rare below. Fusion Stage is bad. Only 2 magical mallets. Oh, we didn't get any Inferno Reckless Summon. Well, that's unfortunate. But okay. We're going to go and add this to collection. And then we'll go ahead and get on with our Shadow of Infinity pools.
Shadow of Infinity. Malfunction. I will take that. Just negate the activation of a trap, return to its original position. End of the World is also solid. Doomdozer. I love all of the insect support out of here. I've been cooking up some insect stuff, and this just makes it so much better. Alright. Karma Cut. That's a good card. Another Doomdozer. Hero Kid's also solid. Ancient Gear is okay, maybe. No. Another Karma Cut. Beel's Frog. Princess. I don't know. Koran. Sure. Ooh, first super, and it's bad. Cyber Dragon Barrier is okay. Maybe if we need to play a Cyber Dragon deck, then that's what we'll throw in there, but I don't think we're going to play it. Cyber Barrier again. Or did we get... Oh, we got a different one, I think. A lot of cards. A lot of cards. Oh, it's just 2 Cyber Barriers. Okay. Doomdozer. And moving along. Doomdozer again. Why are we getting so many Doomdozers? My goodness. Proto Cyber. Uriah. Okay. Chainsaw. Hero Kid again. And there's a Demise. Maybe we could play Demise. That'd be fun. Proto, Hero Kid. Chainsaw. And that's it. Alright, we're just going to add this to the collection and be done.
Alright, 24 packs of Shadow Infinity to begin with. And here we are. Flip them up. Nothing great here. I guess I shouldn't discount Golkipon. This is just another howling insect. Insect it adds to the hand, so it's better or worse. Well, there's a Haman. I don't think that we can really play this card. Yeah, this is not great. To my knowledge, Uriah was the most playable. But I think we just had 2 super rares. There's another Haman. There's a Raviel and there's a Karma Cut. It's fiend type monster specifically. Interesting. There's a Uriah. We have all three Sacred Beasts now. There's a Doomdozer. There's a second Raviel. What the hell, dude? Cyber Barrier Dragon. Okay. Another Doomdozer. I think that might be our first Treeborn Frog. I know we went through those really quickly. Let's double check. Yep, only one Treeborn Frog, double Doomdozer. We got an ultimate rare. Two Karma Cut's pretty decent though. Honestly, as much as I would like to re-roll for a demise, I don't think it's worth it. We might be able to do something with Haman. Alright, let's go ahead and add this collection, and then we get to open our 6 additional packs of Shadow of Infinity. Packs of Shadow of Infinity. Alright, and flip them up. Nothing great there. Nothing great here. Nothing great here. Nothing great here. Nothing great there. And we'll talk about last pack luck. Okay. Okay. I mean, we could do something with that. Little sad that we didn't get a second Treeborn, but I can't complain about a demise. Let's go ahead and add it to the collection and go from there.
Here we are on the cusp of another win streak for us. Hopefully we can actually get a win streak this time instead of just losing constantly all the time. Anyways, this is the deck we're going to be bringing, and we're bringing back one of my favorites. It's just Big Boy Beats. So this is, well, Big Boy Beats. With the addition of Chainsaw Insect and cards like Indomitable Fighter Lily, I don't know. We have a much stronger way to just hit face and hit hard. And this is what it is. So I'm just going to run through the card by card, and then we'll jump into the game. So we've got 2 Chainsaw Insect. If it battles at the end of the damage step, opponent draws a card, but under skill drain, they don't. Zombira the Dark can't attack directly. If it destroys a monster by battle, it loses 200 attack. And then Giant Orc. If this card attacks, it is changed to defense position, so we have multiple ways to get this in to stay in attack. We both have final attack orders and skill drain, which is going to make sure that we can hit face and hit hard. Next up, we have Goblin Attack Force, good old Gaff. If it attacks, it's changed to defense position, but under final attack orders, it's not. Same thing with Goblin Elite Attack Force, ever so slightly smaller, but still a good addition. If it attacks, it changes defense position. And then we have Fighter Lily, I don't know how to pronounce it. Man, it's got a small head though. If it attacks, change the defense position. That's it. Yep. And then of course we have Arsenal Bug, such a funny card, but I love it. Jirai Gumo and the addition of Sidra. Now Sidra is the only non-normal summonable monster, but it's still big. It still can help swing the tide of a game, and it's just a solid card overall. Next up, we got 2 Bait Doll. We don't like back row. Just get rid of it. Then Brain Con, if we can just Brain Con away one of his monsters, or Brain Con one of his monsters to our side of the field and swing face, that can win us the game because we're probably going to be up on advantage, at least on the board. Then we've got My Body, just to try and make sure that it's we're trading favorably. Book of Moon, double Compulse, 2 Raigeki Break, Magic Drain, Magic Jammer, 7 Tools, and Trap Jammer. We're really, really afraid of specifically Saku, because well-placed Saku, if we're spell trap flooded, can really hurt, especially since we're only playing 15 monsters. But also, another reason why we're playing Trap Jammer is he consistently is playing Raigeki Break and Compulse, Raigeki Break, Compulse, and the one that bounces, that I discard to bounce. I can't remember what it is. He's been playing those in the damage or in the battle step. So if we can trap jammer that, that's a huge win for us. Then we've got Ordeal of the Traveler. Just he's not going to be able to attack, just straight up. Um, Being able to stick this and win, or it's an annoying card, and there's a reason why we've been playing it for such a long time, is because it's just good. Um, in a sealed environment where we don't have a lot of spell trap removal, floodgates are king, and this is one of the best ones we have access to right now. Then we have final attack orders. This makes sure that all of our monsters stay in attack and can keep on attacking. And so our giant orc, our goblin attack force, our elite goblin attack force, our Lili, however the heck you pronounce it, all stay in attack. That's most of our monsters. Skill drain, just our monsters don't get switched to defense, and they don't have their additional effects or their detrimental effects for having big attack. Next up, we've got our 3 Dust Shoot. Of course, we're going to be playing this until it's limited, and then we're going to be playing it until it's banned. We actually saw it last week, and I feel like that's why we won. Next up, in the side, we have a Nobleman of Extermination, 2 Smashing, double Covering Fire. We should be favored for in battle, but if he is playing a Monarch strategy or is playing Monarchs, then having something like this can really help to just make sure that we do not get screwed over. Because if our monsters are smaller than his, we're screwed. Then we have triple Divine Wrath. We shouldn't have to side this in. We have Skill Drain, but just in case. And then Saku, triple Saku, Last Ordeal, and triple Dimension Wall. I don't really anticipate siding, but these cards are here just in case. So anyways, I'm going to save this up, and I'll see you guys in the games.
Goodbye, Zach! But in all seriousness, we are here, and today we are bringing some bullshit, as always, here on the Garbage Lords Progression Series, and we are bringing Hamon, Lord of Striking Thunder. Why am I bringing this? I honestly have no idea. I think it's just kind of funny. But this card is actually really good. It is a 4K beatstick that can be specialed by sacking 3 continuous spells. If a monster is destroyed by battle with this card, they take 1,000 points of damage, and if it's in face of defense, they can only target this card for attacks. This sounds good in theory until you remember that it has no protection and Smashing Ground is a card. But I think the Floodgate style continuous spell cards that we can play kind of make up for it. Let's get into the card by card. So we've got our 2 Hamon, Lord of Striking Thunder. I actually think this is a perfect number to play because we don't want to brick on the 3rd Hamon. We've got 2 Giant Rat, Hyper Hammerhead, and Pyramid Turtle. We're just playing a small Dead Rat engine to supplement the Hamon, just because we really need something else to play, and Ryukoki is just an insane card. We've got a Sangan and a Spirit Reaper just to, kind of round out our monsters, and then we've got our spells, which we have got a lot of them. Our 1 Dark Hole, our 1 Heavy Storm, our 1 Reborn, freshly back off the list, 2 Upstart Goblin, and then we've got our Floodgates, which we have a lot of. Chain Energy is a card that is really interesting because we pay 500 to normal, special, set, or activate a card from our hands. However, we can shut it off by sacking it for Hamon. We've got Jam Breeding Machine. I thought this was a decent include. Essentially, all it does is it gives us blockers every turn, and it is just yet another continuous spell that we can sack Hamon for. We've got 2 L-Lab, 3 Stumbling, 3 Dark Door, 2 Vengeful Bogspear. These all do very similar things. Stumbling makes it so all monsters are changed to defense position when they're summoned. Vengeful Bogspirit is monsters cannot attack the turn they're summoned, and Dark Door gives only 1 attack per battle phase. Might sound all bad for us, but when you remember that this guy can just sit in defense and Zach has to attack it, and then along with it, it's a 4K beater, so we don't really care if we can only attack with 1 card, and if we're ever really low on life, we can just sack these for the Hamon. We've got 3 Compulse, 2 Karma Cut, and 2 Saku just to round out our traps. We don't really need a lot of traps in this deck. We really need to see our Floodgates, and to be honest, if we activate Stumbling, set Giant Rat, I don't really see what Zach can do about that. In the side deck, we've got our Ritual Engine, 3 Manju, our Relinquished, and our new Demise, and the Rituals to pair with them. This essentially just gives us stuff to do. I mean, End of the World Send Hamon sounds pretty decent considering we get a demise out of it, but we can always just Manju for Relinquished and just kind of go from there. Our 3 Bait Doll, 2 Dimension Wall, and 3 Wing Blast kind of round out our side deck, and that's really it. This is a really simple deck because when you want to play a janky card like Hamon, what do? You play Floodgates. Well, Zach, we're here. How did you feel about Shadow of Infinity?
It's a set.
It is a
It
set.
has cards.
Yeah, I mean, okay, to be fair, the rares and supers are very good. Like, there's some very good rares and supers. I mean, we have Karma Cut, we have Treeborn Frog, we have Doom Dozer, Chainsaw Insect, but this is one of those episodes that's a little bit more slow paced, and I think we'll see the effects when we get later. Also, the duelist packs. I mean, we have playsets of Negate Attack now, and playsets of, God, what else? Warrior Returning Alive, but not a lot else that's very good.
Yeah. There's really just not a ton to write home about this set. It's fine.
This is going to be a thrilling episode, and ooh, we're already starting off with an RPS. Okay.
No.
Alright. Unsurprisingly, I will go first.
Shocker.
Draw phase, draw for turn, standby, main phase. You can have 1,000 life points.
Oh, you're so very generous.
I know. I'm just that kind of guy. You know what? We're just gonna set a card, and we're gonna pass the turn. We're starting slow today. We're starting slow. That didn't work.
All right.
Didn't work great for me last time when we started slow, but we're trying.
I am going to set 3 and pass it back.
Alrighty. Draw. Standby main. This is kind of a weird hand for me. I'll set another card, and I'll go ahead and just pass it up.
All right, I'll draw. No, but I'm just gonna say thanks for that 1,000.
Okay. All right.
And then I'll flip up Elite Attack Force.
Oh, you're playing the Chainsaw Insect deck. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Battle.
Yeah, battle's fine. I'll compulse
22.
the attack force.
Okay, that goes back to hand. Attempt 24.
I'll Saku the Chainsaw.
Yeah, I knew it was a Saku, but I gotta get rid of it.
Yeah, you do.
I'll go main 2.
Yep.
I'll set 1 and pass.
Sure. Draw, standby, main. Well, you know, buddy, you activated a floodgate, so maybe I should just activate one of my own.
Ooh, I'm gonna make you discard for that.
Make me discard for this one. Sure. I'll discard a stumbling. So, you know,
no.
Speaking of which, since I activated a floodgate, maybe I'll just activate a second. And you know what? Maybe I'll just activate a third. And then I'll just set 2 and I'll pass. Goblin attack force not looking so great, is it? Defense,
so the out
sir.
Is you have less cards in your deck.
Defense, sir. Thank you. Draw phase, draw for 2. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh. You know, I really feel like I'm not going to get a better chance to do this. So let's go standby main. I am going to send Vengeful Bog Spirit, Dark Door, and Level Limit to the graveyard to special summon Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder.
I don't like you right now.
I wouldn't like me either, especially when I compulse this back to your hand again.
Ah!
Battle phase? What, 4,000? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh my god. Well, Zach, I gotta say, even if I don't win this set, specialing Haman and winning the game will definitely be a highlight of this series.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
All right, so. Oh, I get to draw for turn.
You
Forgot
do get
about
to
that.
draw for turn, yeah. Does that
Doesn't
change
change
anything?
anything.
Okay.
Pass turn.
Draw phase, draw
Nope.
for turn. Standby. You
Not
have
so
the
fast.
dust shoot. Okay. Alright, well, you have some interesting choices here.
What the? Oh.
I feel like the answer
So-
is probably Haman.
It has to be Haman.
Imagine that. I think this is the first time Haman has ever been dust shooted back to the deck. Alright, let's put it back. Top of deck. Shuffle, shuffle. Alright, well, we are gonna activate Jam Breeding Machine.
Yep.
Activate Level Limit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll activate Chain Energy and pass the turn.
Yeah.
You know the entire contents of my hand. I don't see what you're upset about. You know I have a Ritual and a Ryukogi. Pay 5. Pay 5. Chain Energy, sir. Draw. Stand by anything?
No, I wish.
Alright, I will pay 5 to get my token off of Jam. And this it does summon an attack, and it is 500 big ones. Main phase, let's try for battle. I'll hit you direct for 500 big ones.
Excuse you. Start of battle. I'm gonna activate Ordeal.
You're gonna ordeal me. Oh my god. Spell.
Yeah, that was a spell.
Alright, take your 5. Also, do you pay for
I'll
activate?
take 5.
No, his or her hand. Okay. Yep. Alright, go ahead.
I'll pass.
Sure, draw. Thinking and standby. Yeah, I'll pay 5 for the token. Main phase.
Mm-hmm.
I will just go to battle. We'll try for 5. I'll call spell.
That is incorrect.
Alright, so this just gets removed because he can't go back to the hand. I'll attack direct, and I'll call trap card.
That is incorrect.
Alrighty. Pass it up.
I'll draw.
Yep.
Oh, finally.
So I know you have Saku, Smashing Bait Doll, and then 2 unknowns. Interesting.
Boom!
Arsenal bug. Pay 5 and go. Oh
I will
god, this
pay
doesn't go
5.
to defense. Oh no.
It is currently, unfortunately, at
Oh, it's 1,000,
a
yeah.
thousand, a thousand.
Because you don't have skill drain. But then you're going to flip
But
skill drain. No, he's not.
I wish. No, I'm just gonna hit you for a K.
I'll take the grand.
Alright. I'll pass it up.
It's your draw. Stand by, thinking if I want the token. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good this turn. Main phase, I'll just set 2 cards, and I'll pay the 1,000 for both. And go ahead.
I'll draw.
Yep.
Stand by main.
Yep.
I'll bait all this.
It is
I'll
Sakuretsu
pay the
armor.
5 for that.
Yeah, Sakuretsu armor. Does this trigger? I don't think so. It doesn't meet its activation timing. Okay, so it just goes to grave. So I no longer know a Bait so I know a Saku and I know a Smashing Ground.
I'll go battle.
Sure.
And I'll punch.
It's another Sakuretsu armor.
I'm gonna compulse the
You're
bug
gonna
back.
compulse it back to your hand. That's hilarious. Yeah, go for it.
And then the main 2, I'm just gonna normal summon it, and I don't want to do the whole
pay your 5, yeah.
shenaniganery. I have to do that. Over to you.
Draw, standby, main phase. I will pay 5, set a card, and pass.
I'll draw.
Yep.
That's... I will set a monster, paying 5.
Sure.
And then I'll pass.
Sure. Draw. Ooh. Okay. God, that ordeal. That ordeal is just ordealing. Oh,
it is an ordeal.
I'm just gonna pass the turn.
All right, I'll draw.
Yep.
I will set
Pay your 5.
a pair. I will take
your
1,000
yeah.
for that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll pass.
Sure. Draw. Standby main. Let's see here. I'm a little worried about this back row, but I think I'm going to send it. I will activate End of the World. I will send... do you have any response to End of the World?
I wish. No.
I will send Giant Rat and Ryukoki to the graveyard for Demise, and with priority I'll declare Demise, pay 2,000. So I do have to... Hold on, let's see. So where am I at? All right, so I have to pay 1,000 for this. I think I have to pay 1,000 for the summon and 2K for Demise, so I'll take 3,000. So I'll declare Demise with priority. Do you have any response to Demise?
I unfortunately do not.
Saku,
So everything
Smashing
else
Ground. Okay, yep, everything goes to grave except itself. Giant Orc. Oh, you were really needing that that skill drain, huh? And you're gonna need it especially when I reborn the Ryukoki.
This is in defense.
It is in defense. Yes, you're not wrong. I did not think about that. So, you know what? I'll give you 1,000.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I haven't normal. That's well. I didn't side those in. That's fine though. We'll go to battle and I'll hit you for 24.
I will take it.
And I'll pass turn. Oh, I thought you were dead this turn. I forgot L-Lab.
Um,
Smash. It is my choice here. Uh,
no, it's my choice if tied. Demise is going.
oh, your choice of tied. Is it really your choice of tied? It is? Okay.
Yeah.
So Demise goes. I mean, I don't have another Demise activation, so... I mean, you could give me 1,000 life points, so I get another Demise activation. Stand by main. I'll normal.
I'd
pure
rather
enter.
not.
Try for battle. 12. It's got to be like
I'm
Compulse Saku.
I'm gonna Saku it.
I figured that was Saku. There's no reason for me to risk this being another Saku. What do I lose to here? I lose to activate Compulse, normal summon a guy who isn't Arsenal Bug. Yeah, I'll pass turn. I guess also Raigeki Breaker Wing Blast would do it at this point.
I will set another and pass.
Sure, draw. Stand by main. I will just set and I will normal summon Manju. No effect.
I hate that. Oh.
Battle phase. Let me. I'll try for 14.
I will take 14.
Alright, so... I feel... I don't feel super comfortable attacking with Koki if this is the third Saku.
What? Why not? There's no reason not to.
Because your guys are big, so it's... I think the... the only thing I lose to at this point by not attacking with Koki is it being like Compulse Saku and you top deck a... Or not, yeah, it's Compulse, or like Compulse Wing Blast. It has to be exactly like a Compulse and then a discard card, and then it has to be a monster off the top. So I feel pretty confident just sticking on the Koki, just having the body.
You know what? Just for fun, I'm a bait doll.
Oh, okay then. This goes back to my hand.
Oh yes.
All right. Interesting. Again, I have no idea.
I still lose. I needed a monster. I just couldn't find one.
Oh.
Where are my monsters?
What was the back
Where
row?
are they? There's the next one.
Oh, you're
It
somewhere.
was Compulse,
Skill Drain.
Skill Drain, and Final Attack Orders. I finally found my floodgates a little late.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was pretty cool. That was an interesting set. So I guess
I couldn't find any monsters.
yeah. So I guess we can kind of talk about like both decks. So your deck is the Skill Drain Beats deck, which got an incredible power boost in this set specifically, thanks to Chainsaw Insect and in part Doom Dozer. Doom Dozer, like, Chainsaw Insect's a really good card, right? It's 2400 normal summon, biggest normal summon in the game up until this point, and it also it has a bad effect where if it does battle damage, your opponent draws a card. But under Skill Drain, it's just a normal summonable Monarch, which is insane. And then Doom Dozer also pairs pretty well with it because it is just one of the first like really strong special summons, right? Like we've had Cyber Dragon for a few episodes. We've had Gigantes and like Garuda for a while, but Doom Dozer was like the first special summon that did just feel like you special summoned it and it could just end your turn, right? My deck was very stupid, as you could probably tell. So I don't know how your opening went, but I pulled two Haman, two Ravael, and one Uriah. And I
Well, that's
was
pretty
like,
good.
well, I pulled plenty of ultra rares. Unfortunately, I pulled the two worst. What are these guys called? I can't even remember. Sacred beasts. Because Uriah is the good one, because like it can pop spell traps, which is crazy. Um, I guess Haman is like not that bad. Like when you look at it, right? It's 4K attack, special summon, and you can get it out on your first turn because it does distribute continuous spirit or continuous spells, and then it also has like a battle phase. Like if it pops a card, if it destroys a card, it does 1,000 points of burn damage, and if it's in defense position, it just redirects all attacks into it. So essentially, if you stick this, you will probably win the game. The problem is it loses to every single removal card in the game. It loses to Raigeki Break, which you're playing, Smashing Ground, which you are playing if it's the only monster, of course, Saku, Compulse. There's nothing that protects this. Um, and so it's not really a a deck that you can or a card that you should necessarily build around. I mean, I was scrounging old Pojo forums, and most of them were like, "This is a 4 out of 10 card. The only redeemable quality is its stats, and it's a special summon. There's absolutely no reason you should play this." And I do kind of agree. The only reason I played it is because we have floodgates. So we have, there's a lot of like LOB Metal Raiders floodgate spells that are really strong. There's just no reason to play them, right? We saw Chain Energy there. Dark Door and Stumbling. No, Vengeful Bog Spirit and Stumbling all do this. Both do the same thing in which monsters can't attack the turn they're summoned. Dark Door is only one card can attack. Everybody knows how strong L Lab is. And then even Jam Breeding Machine, my thought process was while I'm waiting for Haman to actually enter my grip, this just gives me bodies that I can block with for a while. And the cool thing is because Haman sends them to graveyard, it's not affected by things like L Lab and Stumbling because they're gone by the time it hits the field. Other than that, the only thing I can really say is I did pull a Demise. I actually pulled it out of my additional packs. It was the last card in my 30th pack, which was pretty surprising. Only one, though. And then I also just played a Dead Rat engine in this deck, just kind of like round it out, give me something that's actually playable. But
Mhm.
I didn't expect to win
I mean,
this.
yeah, when I see nothing but stall traps um for 7 turns, and then I just see nothing but floodgates when I don't have any monsters, is it's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like half the battle for me winning this is just the fact that almost all of your monsters are fours, so they lose to Lab, which
Yeah.
is freshly at 2. And for the monsters that aren't fours, all of them have super low defenses. So things like Stumbling kind of lets me clear it with things like Giant Rat. I mean, what is it? Chainsaw Insect, Goblin Attack Force, Lele, and Giant Arc all have 0 defense. The biggest one is Goblin
Mhm.
Elite Attack Force, which is 15. Um, it it's just kind of very poorly positioned against the floodgates that I was playing. Uh, I
Yeah.
guess one thing we can also really quickly touch on is Demise is an insane card, probably the best ritual monster since Relinquished. And I
Yeah.
am
I also pulled a Demise, but I didn't consider it because you just have. I think I only have one Manju, and you just have so. I think you have a playset.
I have a playset of Manju. Yeah, I only have one Senju and one Sonic Bird though. So I think you beat me there in the ritual core, but Manju adds both, so it's just infinitely better.
Yeah. Mine's like a 6-card engine, whereas yours is mine's a 5-card engine, not including the ritual spell and the demise himself.
Yeah.
Whereas yours is a like four
Mine's
for
three. Yeah,
monsters.
I literally just play three Manju, and it's like, well, a worst case scenario, it's a card that I can discard for my removal traps. Speaking of removal traps, Karma Cut is a card we got in this set, and this is probably the strongest 2-for-1 removal trap ever printed. Right? Uh, like this card, it's discard a card, target a face-up monster your opponent controls. So it's like Compulse, and it can hit anything. Uh, it banishes it, so it avoids any destruction immune cards, which there aren't a lot, but there are some, and it also deals with floating cards like Giant Rat, Mystic Tomato, Sangan. And then your opponent has to get rid of all the cards with the same name. So if there's a deck that's centered around something, like, I don't know, maybe Sky Striker, Ace Ray, this just kind of destroys it. So very interesting. Very interesting card. Very good card. How many did you pull Karma Cuts? I didn't even see.
I actually didn't check. I completely disregarded any, or besides my two Raigeki breaks, I disregarded every single other discard trap simply because I need the engine. I need the advantage, and I don't have space for stuff like Upstart in this
That's
specific deck.
that's fair. Another card that we didn't see out of today's episode, but I guarantee we will see in future episodes, is Treeborn Frog.
Oh yeah,
Obviously, you have the better Monarch core, so I'm assuming if you didn't get any, you probably hard rolled for it, right?
I actually did not get any Treeborn
You didn't get
frogs.
any, and you didn't
None.
reroll for it.
Um, no, I didn't because I forgot that Treeborn was in the set.
Oh well, unfortunate. Okay. If it makes you feel any better, I only got one, which, albeit
Mhm.
one Treeborn is better than no Treeborn. However, you really want multiples. It is such a strong card.
Yeah,
Sure, when we get to actual frog cards like Swap Frog, and Ronin Totem, Dupe Frog, everything, it becomes a lot more accessible, and you really do just need the one at that point. But in order to play a Monarch focused strategy now, you really do want
you need
at
three.
least two. I mean, hell, Frog Monarchs in Edison are pretty much only playable because there are two Treeborns. You can reliably get to it over the course of, a turn or two. And you can also mill it off things like Raikou and stuff. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there. So I guess that is all for today's episode. But we do have to spin the wheel. But I have to think here if there's any commons that I need. I think the answer is no, but we'll see. All right, well, I just checked. There's absolutely no commons I want out of this set. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Let's see. Let's do 3 cheers for Hamon. And we've got. Well, that's my second Swap Frog ticket. Okay, so nothing to worry. Oh, you know what we didn't even discuss? What did you take as your wild card promo? We didn't even talk about that.
Oh right, yeah. So we did talk about it. This isn't technically a promo card, but we have access to it for Tournament Pack 4. I got the ultra rare Royal Decree.
Ooh, Royal Decree.
We do not have access to this card until I think 2016 or something like that.
That's an interesting take. So no trap cards. Okay, interesting. I mean,
Of course, it's only one copy, but
yeah, it's only the one copy, so it's kind of like IO back in 2021. But I can see it. I can see it. I mean, as you know, I'm a big stan of removal traps, so being able to say no, fuck you, is probably pretty good for you. All right, well, I have my second Swap Frog ticket banked. I think we'll go ahead. I didn't think we'd get to this point, so I'll just go ahead and make the executive rule. I can't use two on the same opening, so yeah, we'll see if there's something I want to
that
swoopity
sounds
swap
fair.
frog for in the next episode. But speaking of which, the next episode is going to be really fun.